What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the next episode of the Frisco Report. We're coming to you live. All right, so lots to talk about. My cohort, my co-host, Cowboys Corner. Mike, what's up, bro?
What's going on, you guys? Another episode, another week. If you missed last week, it was a good show with Daddy Savage. All right, came in here, did a show with Joe and I. It was good stuff.
Covering draft because it's pretty much draft season around here. We got the binoculars going on here, scouting 24/7. Make sure you follow Danny Savage, Draft Guru, putting out daily live videos on draft prospects. You should be, taking a peek at. You know what I mean? This is that time of year. I always start mine around November. You know what I mean? Then you get into the bowl games, and then you look at your collegiate bowls. Senior Bowl. Reese's. Is it Reese's or Reese's? How do you guys say it?
It's a Reese's peanut butter cup.
I say Reese's. I say Reese's Senior Bowl. Some people say Reese's Senior Bowl. I said, what the fuck? Where are you from, bro? Reese's.
Some people will say Mario, and the dude literally tells you his name and his saying. It's me, Mario. It is what it is.
Let's get the show started with a little bit of a Zeke throwback. Here we go. Throwback Thursday.
Oh, bro, I'm low-key faded, bro.
You know how he rolls, bro. You know how Zeke rolls, bro. Man, it's good to see everybody out here in the chat box, man. Everybody alive in the chat box. We got a good show tonight, man. Mike, we're going to talk about, where we're at with the Cowboys. Lots of rumors and everything blowing up the web sphere about who the next coach is going to be for the Cowboys. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that, but what we're really going to talk about is Jerry Jones. We're going to kick it off with Jerry Jones. His approval rating is at an all-time low, the lowest since 1989 when he bought the team, Mike. So we're talking about fan dissatisfaction lower than that 3-year, 4-year window with Dave Campo, those 5-11 seasons, those were dreadful. We're talking his rating right now, 1989 when he bought the team. They went 1-15. Mike, what does that say about Jerry, the franchise, and the direction that it's going?
It says a lot, Joe. It really does. And the direction of the where the franchise is going, it's horrible, and it's almost like Jerry does his stuff in decades, right? Like the 90s, it was he won 3 Super Bowls, but he let go of Jimmy Johnson prematurely. The 2000s was drafting Quincy Carter. The 2010s was not getting Romo, the team, good enough to go to a Super Bowl, right? Going into that, it was keeping Jason Garrett too long. Now, what's the hiccup now? It was you signed a 31-year-old quarterback before the season started when he was supposed to prove it, right? So you look at everything that's happened, and since Jerry has been an owner, and it hasn't been good. I mean, as a general manager, as an owner, he's a Hall of Famer, right? But as a general manager, very questionable, Joe.
Yeah, it's questionable, man, and fans are really – they're really getting fed up with it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no faith in him right now. Everybody's talking about the next head coach. Does it even matter? Right now, I said it before, that's as good as it's going to get. We're not going to get a Troy Aikman or a John Lynch kind of guy who's going to be the president of football operations. It's not going to happen. It should. The only way that they'll change the franchise is to do that, but they're not going to do it. So the best that this team is going to be able to do is get a new coach in here, Mike. And do fans have faith in this front office, Jerry Jones making the right pick? You know what I mean? Like it could go. I mean, it could go somewhere crazy. You know what I mean? Like what is the fan base? Everybody in the chat box, everybody in the comments. What is your overall confidence level in Jerry Jones making the right choice for the next head coach? Mike, how do you feel about
it? I said this a couple of weeks ago, Joe. I don't think Jerry's panicking because he already has that coach in his mind picked out, and that's what's scary, right? Yeah, they're going to do the Rooney Rule and do this, do that. But I texted you today, Kellen Moore is going to be the coach, ain't he? Because I could see that Jason Garrett project 2.0. I can see it. And I don't have a lot of confidence. And if that was the coach, right, I would have more confidence in Bill Belichick than I would Kellen Moore. And Jerry just needs to hand the keys to somebody and say, "Do it for me."
Yeah. No, that's what I've been saying. This team needs a president of football operations to give him the keys and then say, "Oh, I made this decision. I'm going to get credit for this." Take the credit for giving the keys to someone else. That's just as good. You know what I mean? But the ego is still there. He's fully in charge of these decisions, man. I think for a while we thought it was still Stephen Jones. Jerry is still the guy making these boneheaded moves, trades, going off the cuff, not consulting with anybody, making moves on his own. So yeah, bro. Continuity. We got to keep continuity. We got to keep the same playbook. We just extended Dak Prescott. We don't want to change too much. Kellen Moore, dude. I mean, I could see it too, bro. Honestly, he's one of the names that doesn't move the needle for me whatsoever. It's just another. I mean, you're back to the Garrett crap. These remnants, these weeds of the Garrett crap are still here, and that's the thing about weeds. You think you pull them all out, they come back, bro. Is Kellen Moore going to be that weed that comes back, bro?
It's looking like it. Seriously, it's looking like it.
Man, it's just but man, the fan dissatisfaction right now, it's almost this team needs, an alpha coach in here to come in here and clean shit up, man. Like from the top to bottom, it's almost like and as much as I like Bill Belichick, he's not Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells was a talent evaluator. He rebuilt this roster. He rebuilt how to draft, and tweaked a lot of stuff. And the Cowboys were on a good course for a while, but they've gotten away from that. They've lost their way. They're lost right now, bro. So, that being said, who would be the kind of guy to come in here to bring that back? Would it be Bill Belichick? I mean, I think he could do the coaching side of it, but he doesn't have the talent evaluation part of it, Mike.
I want a head coach. It's so hard to say because a head coach really doesn't have the power. It's the general manager that has the power. Like Jerry could bring a Sean McVay, a Kyle Shanahan, and those coaches are going to struggle because they're at the helm of their boss, i.e., the general manager, right? And that's why there's some times where the head coach stays and the general manager gets fired, right? Because the general manager made bonehead mistakes. And there's some times where they both get fired, right? So it's you can have the best coach on planet Earth. As long as Jerry Jones is the GM, nothing is going to get done right. Nothing.
No. Yeah, and I think that's where the all-time dissatisfaction is coming from. You know what I mean? These fans see that something incredible needs to happen around here, like selling the team to the Saudis, to Elon, somebody, bro. Because I mean, these other organizations do this type of thing, right? They're like, okay, we're going to sell. This isn't getting anywhere. To me, that's where Dallas is at. They stay relevant because they're the Cowboys, America's team, but they're riding the coattails of yesteryear, which is yesterdecades. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
it's a long time ago, man. Like now, when you see clips of the '90s, it's like you're looking at some shit from like from a long time ago, bro.
Joe, it was a long time ago, Joe. It was a very long time ago.
I mean, when you're a kid, right, and you're watching TV, and Danny can probably contest to this because but you're looking at color TV. But a few years ago, you're looking at footage of like JFK, the Zapruder film, and it looks all grainy and old. That's how the Cowboys '90s. When I see it now, it looks like that. It looks like something old, bro. Like it's not even HD. It's like, dude, it's crazy, man. It's been too damn long, man. It's getting out of control, bro.
It's going to take years to undo what Jerry did. And I'm talking about the talent. I'm talking about the mindset of the coaching staff. I'm talking about culture. I'm talking like there's so much. And let's say Jerry does sell. How much is the new owner going to change the philosophy Jerry built? Because Jerry's philosophy earned him $10 billion in value, right? A new owner's going to come in. What are they going to want to do, Joe? Any good businessman is going to build on that and times 2 it, times 3 it, times 4 it. So the tours will get worse. The attraction will get worse. Everything is just going to get worse because that's just the brand of the Dallas Cowboys. You have to get the football here. You can't separate it because what the star is, the Dallas Cowboy world headquarters, right? You can't separate it. It's there. Unless you keep the star and build a whole nother practice facility that's just for the players to keep them away from that.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it too, right? I mean, these guys, they don't get it. They don't get that if they were to start winning Super Bowls, I mean, if it's their values here, you throw on some new, fresh Super Bowls, this crap will be like the first $1 trillion freaking franchise, bro. They don't see that. They see, oh, we're fine at being at 10 billion, number one. Dude, if you win Super Bowls, you're going to go through the freaking atmosphere, bro. Like, to me, they just don't have that killer instinct, yeah, they have the skills to be successful and do what they do from a sales point of view with jerseys and tickets and this kind of bull crap, but they don't have it for football, man. Not alone. And they don't have a football guy that, McClay's a football guy. Shut up. I had somebody tell me that in the comments. I'm like, no, he's not, bro. The guy was in arena football, whatever the fuck it was, and get the fuck out of here.
It was definitely arena football.
Oh, he's a football guy. No. Troy Aikman would be a football guy. Darren Woodson, John Lynch, Elway, Manning. These guys are guys that have the mental aptitude to come in here. They know how to win, and they can transform your franchise, but Dallas refuses to go that route, Mike.
But can you bring a coach in here where the players are distracted from the Dallas culture? Like that's a real question, Joe. What do you think there? Can a head coach come in here and truly distract them from the glitz and the glamour of Dallas?
Not that's not the state that the Cowboys are in right now. It's Hollywood here. You know what I mean? You got guys doing podcasts. These are little distractions, right? You've got Jerry bringing in Prime Video, Netflix, all this HBO. He's all about that crap, but he doesn't get that. These are distractions. When these guys are in the building, the team, they're not focused. They don't do crap, bro. But every year, the Cowboys, they're going to be on Hard Knocks. All right. You know what? That's a death sentence.
Yeah.
When that's officially announced that they're on Hard Knocks, kiss your season goodbye. It's over, bro. You ain't doing crap, man.
Yeah, that's true. We got the super chat here, Joe.
Super chat. NC's biggest Cowboys fan. It will only get worse when Steven takes over. And that's an absolute fact. It's the Jones family, honestly. But what about Charlotte? I don't know. But definitely Steven. He's that part of those three stooges. You got Jerry, Steven, and Will McClay, the three stooges. They don't know what the hell they're doing, bro.
They didn't have a football background.
They don't. I mean, he played at Arkansas with Jimmy. That doesn't qualify him for. I mean, he knows some things, but it ain't talent evaluation, bro.
It ain't talent evaluation. It ain't running an organization. It's running. He runs businesses.
Runs businesses. I mean, look at the trades that we've had. We're on the wrong side of these trades. We're getting ripped off, and
he had the nerve to say, "Nobody can do the job like me."
Who would want to? He's doing a terrible job.
Right.
He's doing a terrible job, and this approval rating of 1989 fans. They're fed up with it, man. And we've been talking about it. We all want the Cowboys to win, but like you said, Mike, that not having a GM, you get a coach in here, and they're defanged, they're declawed, they're neutered. They have no power. They're pretty much a figurehead, a puppet.
Yeah, they're just there to stand on a podium and stand on the sidelines. Like, I really believe, and I said this the other day in one of my videos, Mike McCarthy is literally taking office space. There's nothing that he's doing.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do right now. I mean, he honestly, I feel bad for him because he is a good coach. He has skins on the wall, did great at Green Bay. He'll go somewhere and be successful. Here in Dallas, it ain't gonna happen, man. And whoever comes in here is gonna face that similar. It's about who can work with Jerry, right? That's what the commentary is all about. Who can work the best with Jerry? Why? Why do they say that, Mike?
Because Jerry is very hard to work with. It's Jerry's ego. It's Jerry's way. He runs the him, and he says it almost every other interview. I own the Cowboys. Every check that comes out of this building was signed by me. I got to see everything that goes on in this building. That's part of being the owner, and that's running a football team.
It's just bad for football. I mean, we saw it live just a few games ago with Zeke, right? So he complained about his snaps. Obviously, he talked to Jerry. We wanted to go with the hot hand, Rico Dowdle. Next game, after Zeke complained, he came out, started, got the snaps, didn't do crap with it. Later gets suspended, comes back next game, and gets the snaps again. Like, what?
And fumbled.
Like, what in the world? It is super incompetent, bro. It's like football follies,
Yeah, and we all know Jerry and Zeke are like this, right? So I guarantee you, Mike McCarthy wanted to punish Zeke right then and there by benching him. What happened, Joe? The very next series, he got the first touch.
Yeah, and I don't even think McCarthy wanted Zeke here, man. Because he talked about wanting to get a look at these younger guys, Rico and even Deuce Vaughn. And he saw the same thing we saw. Zeke's washed. It's, for anybody to say that Zeke is not washed, what the hell are you watching, bro? What other evidence do you need to see that Zeke is not washed? You know what I mean?
They're low-key faded, bro.
Oh, bro, I'm low-key faded, bro.
And so are the people that support Zeke right now.
I mean, he's just well past his prime. We're talking 2016. The shelf life for a running back is like 3 years, 4 years, man. He's double that. He's like a,
Dinosaur.
you know, I mean, you have some of these guys that are like one offs, like a Adrian Peterson or a Derrick Henry, but for the most part, these guys just don't last that long, man. And Zeke he's been done for a few seasons already, man. Honestly, this ain't his first year. He was washed when we had him 2 years ago.
Right.
3
No,
years
I
ago.
mean, and you know, just to give you an example of tread and legs. I mean, look at Dak. Dak can't run any remotely close to what he did at Mississippi State his rookie or the first 3-4 years in the National Football League. Like, once the tread goes, the tread goes. It's kind of like us regular humans. You know, we can tear a hamstring raking leaves if we don't warm up first, right?
Yeah.
So, like, as an athlete, that stuff, yeah, you stretch, you get going, that stuff wears on you, man, and you can't do what you used to do.
No, you can't, man. Yeah, and then you got, and then you have, in this football that we're in, this stage, in the 2020s, you got to have mobility. You got to have some sort of mobility to sell your play action, your RPOs, and Dak. You ain't tricking anybody, bro. You have no mobility. You know what I mean? Herbert. I mean, some of these guys that you think are statues have more mobility than Dak. You know what I mean? Like, and he's in his 30s. You're on the wrong side. This is a young man's league. We've been saying it for a while, and I don't know. Some fans are finally seeing it, but some are dying on that hill, and they're going to die there. They're going to die there because he ain't going to be the guy to get us anywhere.
No. He and people will realize it because those legs are getting. I mean, let's see, ankle dislocation, ankle break, surgery, cleanup surgery, calf injury, hamstring off the bone injury. It's just piling up, Joe. It's just piling up, and next year that could look worse.
Oh no, he will.
He can legit look worse.
No, he will. I tweeted this earlier that the parallels, right? Like you got this 2024 season of Dak is comparable to Tony Romo's 2015 season.
The collarbone season.
And then in 2016 when Romo came back, knocked out in the preseason. So that would be watch what happens to Dak in 2025. He could be knocked out early because he just is not the same. Those ligaments are not 20-year-old ligaments anymore, man. And they're damaged. They're put together. They're held together by parts and plastics now, screws. It's just not the same. You know what I mean? But this team, they want to keep on hoping for some miracle to fall in their lap.
Yeah.
Frustration 2000, bro. Yeah.
Frustration 30 years, 2000s. We're on what? Season 30 of a shit show?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they go with this thing, dude. But, talking with everybody about, everybody's been talking about coaches right now. It's the hot topic, as it should be, because we know McCarthy's on his way out. And this is the best that we're going to get as a new coach. You have to hope that you hit on that short, small window here in Dallas, which is, your 4 to 5 years. You know what I mean? You have to hit on something, have some kind of miraculous season. And we still haven't had that yet. 2014, 2016, the closest that we got to something looking competitive, Mike.
Yeah. So 2014 was the year. You knew you weren't going to – 2016, it looked good, but you knew you weren't going to go far with the rookie. It's rare, right? 2014 was the year. That was the opportunity. And if Tony Romo was in quarterback in 2016, no telling what would happen there. Those two seasons were definitely the year where they had it, but they didn't have it.
And that's the other parallel with Dak. Last year, he was number 2 in MVP. All him and Lamb were throwing it all. I mean, these were big numbers. That was their 2014 season, man. This 2023 season, last year, that was their 2014 season. So we're seeing a repeat, a cycle here, you know. And here we are now talking about the draft, and a running back might be there for us. Are we going to repeat that again? I don't. I wouldn't. But this front office would probably do it, man,
Oh yeah.
for sales, jersey sales, Mike.
We need a straw to stir a drink. That's gonna be the same from old Stephen Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, man, go the trenches. The trenches is what football is all about, man. You got to have that first and foremost. Is you got to have your trenches fixed first. That's your base for everything, right? Our trenches are kind of a mess right now. We're just, these young guys. I don't like Guyton at left tackle still. If you can get an upgrade in this draft, I would actually put Guyton at right tackle. I think a lot of us that know football know that's probably the move to make because Steele. He'll be a, what are you saying, Mike? He's gonna be a June cut.
Yeah,
June cut.
Cowboys will save $11 million on the cap, letting him go.
Post June cut for Steele. He's out of here. He's got to be out of here. He ain't getting it done. So, Guyton at right tackle, get you a left tackle. Then, you're kind of looking a little bit better there, right? But then you got, what if Zach Martin calls it a day? You got a new opening there. Do you feel okay with filling that with Bass? Or do you go to the well and draft another behemoth?
Oh, you got to go draft the behemoth. I mean, I like TJ Bass, I do. I like Brock Hoffman, I do, but I don't like them enough where I want them to go start for me and play a whole season.
Right. No, I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you on that. Danny Savage, draft guru. I do love Will Campbell, man. I've been watching his games here live, and the guy, he's a mauler, man. Depending where the Cowboys are at, could he be in range? He's gonna go early. Old lineman, premium guys. You know what I mean? That'll be an early pick. Mike, right now we're drafting at 11. We've got 3 wins. There's a couple of teams that have 2 wins, Jacksonville and who's the other team? Is it the Giants? You got some of these teams need to start winning so we can start hopping up into the draft. How high do you think the Cowboys are going to get into this draft, Mike?
Well, with the way Cooper Rush was throwing that football, Joe, we could get top 3.
That's what I'm feeling too, bro. Honestly, I feel like we could be there at that top 3, and it's your. I mean, it's crazy how this is looking. It looks so familiar, man.
Yeah,
it's looking like 2015, like that offseason in the draft. We got Zeke. I was so excited when we got Zeke, bro, because I bought into it, man. I bought into the.
I got a video on YouTube, man. I was right there with you.
I remember watching the 2016 draft. Jalen Ramsey, he was in the mix, but they sold us on Zeke like, man, we're going to the Super Bowl. We get Zeke weird going to the Super Bowl. I remember how stupid even I was like, we're going to the Super Bowl.
But dude, you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
But just imagine Tony Romo at the starting quarterback position in 2016 with rookie Zeke, though. Come on.
Yeah.
That Zeke was drafted for Romo.
Yeah.
I bought it. I drank it because that is exactly what the doctor ordered. And then Romo got hurt. Typical Romo.
And the similarities are so similar again this year. You're going to have a premier running back there who's probably going to go early.
Yeah, but Dak's your quarterback, though.
But that's the thing, right? Dak's your quarterback. He's beat up, getting older. I'll build the trenches for the next guy. Arch Manning.
Oh, bro, I'm low key faded, bro.
Where are you, Archie? Let's go, baby. Is he coming out in 2026, 2027? We don't know yet, but We know next year Arch Manning will be the starter for the Texas Longhorns, and they're building something special there. So the question will be, does he come out after next year? Does he come out for 2026, or will it be 2027? You know what I mean? And if that's the case, the Cowboys, you know, they could be rebuilding for their next quarterback because as much as I want a quarterback, I don't see these guys drafting one. You know what I mean? And I don't know if this draft class even has a good string of really strong quarterbacks. You got Carson Beck, you got Shador Sanders, you got a couple of guys, right? Some of these guys will get pushed up, pushed down in the first round. But my move is to go all in, bro. Whenever Arch comes out, throw the kitchen sink, man. But you got to have this roster. You got to have this roster in place for him. You got to have that O-line set, receivers for him, a decent running game. So maybe these next couple of drafts, you're building that for your next quarterback.
Dude, I don't even know what our team is going to look like in 2027. Dude, it could be, we could have another roster turn.
Oh, there's definitely going to be a roster turn with a new coach. You know what I mean? There'll be that.
I don't know if I'll be here to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, they got to turn this thing around, man.
Wow, that's a long ways away, Joe. Wow. Well, not really. It's only 3 years from now? 2 years from now? 3 years?
2 at the earliest, right? 3. Depending
I might be on here. The Frisco report would be here.
We'll still be here. The question is, who will not be here? CeeDee Lamb wasting his talent. Wide receivers are kind of like running backs. The shelf life on these guys is not that long, man. These guys come and go. You know what I mean? Look what happened in Dez. It was like a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
2010, 2014 was his peak. After that, kind of fell off.
He was only here 6 years.
Yeah. So Lamb wasting his talent. Who knows, bro? Jake Ferguson. They do need a new coaching staff here offensively for sure, man, because I think they're squandering Jake Ferguson's talent. And the O-line, I think, has suffered immensely with Solari. We wanted him out of here
last
2 years ago. Last bye week. Not this one, but the one before. They got to fix that crap, bro.
We know BS when we see BS.
We see it. We smell it.
And we warn you about it.
But this Cowboys media, DallasCowboys.com, these guys, they sell a lot of the stench, like, oh, we're gonna be competitive, we're drafting these guys, and try to sell you on all these busty picks they've been doing lately. Overshown honestly might be one of the few from the last 2 draft classes that's worth anything right now of any value for you.
Right. It's true.
That looks amazing. Yeah.
It's true. When you don't got Schoonmaker working in your favor, Mozzie Smith working in your favor, Kelvin Joseph ain't here, Deuce Vaughn ain't playing, Jalen Brooks isn't what you thought he was. There's a lot of draft piece here that you need right now that you don't have.
You remember that quarterback that I wanted to fall to us this last draft class, Mike? What was his name?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix? Oh, man. We missed on that guy, bro. I remember he was falling down the draft. I was like, come on. But at the end of the day, these idiots probably would have passed on him, bro. It drives me nuts. You know what I mean? And now he's kicking ass with Sean Payton. So does your new coach get to have his own quarterback? I've been saying this. Every coach that comes in here is getting leftovers from somebody else's regime. Let them get their own quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
That's why Dak should not have been back.
Yeah,
We should have made T-shirts.
And now some people are like, "Oh, maybe you can trade him." Nobody's giving you crap for him, bro. He's old. He's not. He has a poor playoff record. He's getting dinged up. You know, though they missed on trading this guy away, bro.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They missed on getting multiple picks. Now, if you were to trade him, if Dak were to say, "Okay, I waived the trade clause," you're getting probably a second and a third or some sucky shit like that.
You're getting a can of pork and beans.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but that's the way this team operates. That's the way this front office operates.
Maybe some
Yeah.
beanie weenies.
Man, bro. So interesting week coming up here, Mike. We got the Texans here. Let's talk about this game here. You know, I have this as a loss. Texans coming in here. Will Anderson, pass rusher, connoisseur, Daniil Hunter. Woo! These two guys coming off the edge. Whoever's in there might get knocked out, bro. They might have to sign the other quarterback. We just got Will Greer. We might need to sign who else is out there, bro?
I have no idea.
Monday Night Football, Texans. Last time we played them, I went to the game. It was a close game. They didn't have CJ Stroud. They didn't have half the weapons they had. They're a way better team now from the last time we played them, and that was a nail biter, bro. I remember we were at that game, and my son and I were like, "Are we gonna lose to these losers?" We almost screwed that game up. This time around, I think the Texans roster is way superior to ours. I think they win this game, Mike, Monday night.
Oh yeah, the beatdowns will be consistent. CJ Stroud, the Texans offense will probably have 550, and our offense will probably have maybe 85 total.
Oh yeah, I mean that defense I feel is gonna shut us the hell down, bro.
Oh, dude, wow, Cooper Rush, bro. Did you see the way he was throwing that ball?
The whole team's checked out right now. You know they're
How do
avoiding
you throw a ball like that.
too much pressure too, right? Like this offensive line ain't the same. He doesn't have a running game now. At least when he won that stretch of games, he had Pollard. He had a somewhat okay Zeke. Now he doesn't have nothing back there. Rico Dowdle, he's just holding it down for the next guy coming in next year, right?
Yeah.
So it's a way different team for Rush. Lame Duck City, you know, the effort just ain't there, man. Like Troy said, these guys are barely coming off the line. Now you're looking at these guys trying to avoid getting hurt so they can hit free agency and get the hell out of here. You know, you've got guys giving half effort, business decisions up the wazoo. All right. And that's just the way the rest of the season. We got 8 games to go, Mike. Holy cow. That's good. That's almost like I don't know. Feels like hell to me, bro.
It's not good, dude. It's gonna be a long 2 months. And then we got this stretch coming, Joe. We got 3 games in 10 days. Can the NFL flex the Cowboys out of that?
Dude, they should honestly, bro. Like
make it the first year where the
Cowboys.
Make it the first year where the Cowboys ain't on Thanksgiving, because there ain't no point to keep getting embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean, the games aren't even. You're just watching, dude. Like this last game, I was watching and laughing, bro. I was like, "This is a comedy right now. Like, is this real? Like, what am I watching, bro? Like, this is some like pee-wee football type crap, bro. Like, it was atrocious, bro.
Dude, when Cooper Rush threw that ball short to Ferguson before the first half, and those beads when the ball hit the turf, those beads went. Dude, that summed up the Cowboys season. I mean, the excitement, the moves in the off season. It was like, oh, gotcha. Oh, like those beads hitting that turf coat, dude. That summed up our season.
I mean, that's what it feels like, man. Just nothing there, man. Just man.
And this is why, Joe, I campaigned since January of this year all the way up till September. I campaigned. You cannot sign Dak Prescott before the season. You cannot do it. He has to earn it. Then he gets his contract, Joe. Red zone turnovers, over and under throws. You're not in sync with your wide receiver. Your footwork, you still got happy feet. Like, come on.
Oh, but the Dak yard. Every year we got the Dak yard. Oh, it's always hyped up around here, bro. Like it is a circus, bro. Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, it's up the wazoo, bro.
What was it, Joe? Oh, his EPA or what is it? His BPA. Oh, the BPA. Oh, come on, you don't know football. His BPA.
Yeah, there's all these stupid
numbers. What's his BPA
right?
now? Oh, and then another thing, dude. Oh, but he got second in MVP voting. Hang the banner then. If that's what we're playing for, hang the banner.
And that's what drives me crazy about the MVP award. I wish they would make that after the season, because it shows which quarterback was able to drive their team through the playoffs to the Super Bowl and win it. To me, that's who you give the MVP to, not during the season, at the end, because you got these guys like Dak, right? Oh, number 2 in MVP. And even Lamar, man. I mean, Lamar had a great regular season, dude, but he didn't win it at the end.
Nope.
How can that
be
like
dog shit?
How is that your league MVP? I hate the way the NFL does the MVP award, bro. I really, really do, man.
The only MVP that should matter is the Super Bowl MVP. Period.
Yeah.
Period. Because you made it to the destination. And not only did you make it to the destination, you showed off at that destination. The Super Bowl MVP should be only MVP that matters in this league.
Oh yeah. That's the objective. That's the fans' objective. And that's the disconnect too, man. The fans' objective versus the Jones family is clearly disconnected right now. And it's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I don't even watch Jerry's interviews. I don't care to listen to him because it's you can listen to it and you probably have similar verbiage from him from 10 years ago. Same kind of speech, Oh, we're doing this and we're doing that, and I believe in the roster. I believe in the coaches. If you believe in all that, man, like, dude, we're in big ass trouble, and we are.
Not good.
Not good, bro. But I think the rest of the season here, obviously we'll talk about the latest news of the week, but we're probably gonna slowly start transitioning to draft talk. Mike, I think we'll start dabbling into some first round mocks, maybe. Start getting some candidates out here for everybody to start thinking about, looking at, and that sort of thing, because the season's done for the Cowboys. We just gotta hope some of these guys stay healthy and don't get hurt at this point.
Yeah. There comes a point in time where you just have to start benching your guys, save them, and then try this thing for next year.
Mm-hmm. And that might be where we get to see Team Tank clinch that top pick and see what you do from there, bro. But great show tonight, Mike. I think we put in had a great discussion here on the state of the Cowboys. Really is what this was. Jerry Jones, bottom low rating since 1989. This team's in disarray, bro. I mean, there's no other way to to get around it. But shout out to everybody in the chat box. It's gonna be a long season, but we're gonna keep it locked in here. We're in the zone here. Mike and I will be back next week for more Cowboys news, rumors, and draft stuff coming up here, Mike. So let everybody know where they can find you at, Mike.
Yeah, Cowboys Corner right here on the tubes. You guys hit subscribe for me if you haven't already. If you're all watching the replay, hit like. I need 5 people before you leave to hit like right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of you. Bam! Thanks for clicking like and appreciate it, Joe. The Frisco Report, as always, 5 years strong. Let's keep it up.
Let's keep it going, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you, Mike. Thank you as great co-host, bro. I can't do this without you. Especially during tough seasons like this, man. We all need each other, So that's what we're here for. And we'll see you next week for the next Frisco Report, bros.
Bro, I'm low-key faded, bro.